Government loans for small business. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I've got my lunchtime stein of coffee and I thought we'd have a look at this article from news.com.au which is discussing more government loans for small business. Now, we remember, if you think back, the RBA, one of their ways to help stimulate the economy was to increase the available money for the banks to lend out to small businesses. And I remember reading that thinking, who the hell would be borrowing money now to invest in their business? And, it was happening. There were some people taking advantage of it. I remember on site I was talking to a foreman and his plumber had just purchased about 6 figures, a big vacuum pump so they can extract the earth and vacuum it up. So it's good when they need to dig around certain things. Just bought that, just invested that. I was talking to another friend. He was looking at investing in, I think, some new CNC equipment to cut and manufacture for his business. He was paying it in cash, good on him, but others are taking advantage of the low rates and pushing to get investment. Now, there's two sides to this story. One, my natural aversion to debt. But the other, and let's think about this. I will often mention the lack of complexity in our economy. Now, if we can push or encourage more investment into business to increase our manufacturing capacity, to increase the competitiveness of our businesses compared to overseas, couldn't that be a good thing? Wouldn't it be better if more money was steered towards business investment rather than property? And that's where I come to my criticisms of negative gearing, how it's worked very effectively in helping to stimulate the property market. Some of the effects of that has been, there's been a lot of stimulation of the property market. It's caused a bubble in some regards, as well as immigration and other things, but it means there's less incentive for people to invest in other things. To invest in businesses, to invest in innovation, to invest in equipment. Because it's a pain. It is a pain. Why was literally talking to a viewer today who rang me up and just discussing some of the challenges of having employees, how it can be immensely rewarding, but it can also be a real pain. So I can see why people are attracted just to flipping. Buying a house, flipping it. Buying a house, flipping it. Buying a house and flipping it. So let's have a look at this. Small businesses will get more money at lower rates for longer, Treasurer Frydenberg says. Treasurer Josh Frydenberg has announced a scheme for small and medium businesses will be extended to help them stay afloat during the pandemic crisis. So we've seen the job keeper is continuing. There's push calls for job seeker bonus to continue. The banks are continuing the mortgage holidays. I wonder if they'll continue the trading while insolvent. I wonder if they'll continue that as well, the removal of those requirements, or the temporary suspension of that liability for directors. So businesses recovering from the pandemic shutdowns will be given greater support through the extension of a $40 billion government loan program. Small and medium-sized businesses will now be allowed to borrow $1 million, 4 times the previous limit, with 50% guaranteed by the federal government. 50% guaranteed by the federal government. Well, at least it isn't all guaranteed. I mean, that's the silver lining right there. The loans issued by eligible lenders will also have terms raised from 3 to 5 years and offer repayment holidays at the lender's discretion. Oh, wow. They're chucking everything they can, aren't they? Treasurer Josh Frydenberg said the new scheme terms would enable lenders to give 3.5 million businesses access to more money at lower rates when they need it most. The expanded scheme will shift from providing access to working capital to helping businesses stay afloat during the crisis to now also enabling them to access more affordable and long-term credit so they can invest for their future, he said. More than 15,600 businesses have already taken up loans worth $1.5 billion from 44 approved lenders. I mean, let us know in the comments, guys. Do you know someone who's taken up some of these loans? You know, do you know someone who's taken up some of these loans? Would you take up a loan to keep your business going? I mean, if it's going to be feasible when the economy keeps going forward. It's probably just my bias against debt. I've been watching too much Dave Ramsey, guys. The first tranche of the scheme remains available for new loans until September 30. The second will begin on October 1 and end before June 30, 2021. Mr. Frydenberg will on Thursday reveal the future of the JobKeeper and JobSeeker schemes, which he gives when he gives his budget update. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that, everyone. I'll have to find out when that is. Maybe I should do a live stream in the middle of the day. Let me know in the comments if you'd like that. He's previously said the government would continue providing support for people doing it tough, but was not proposing changes to the criteria to include struggling universities. I mean, here's the I've got no problem with that. Universities have a lot of dead weight they can cut. Okay? I've gone to university, I've got 2 degrees, I've taught at university, they can cut. Don't worry about them. Don't worry. Some of the ivory tower lefty lecturers may get a hard dose of reality. Honestly, I'm frankly embarrassed about my alumni, about QUT, over just their fiasco with regards to the racial segregation of different computer labs. It's just shocking. It's shocking what QUT did there. Speaking on Sunrise, Mr. Frydenberg confirmed turnover tests would continue to apply to businesses receiving future support. If that turnover is improved or improved significantly, and they are opening their doors, seeing more foot traffic through their shops, then the JobKeeper program may not be applicable to them, he said on Monday. But for many others, particularly in sectors that rely on the borders being open, like the aviation sector, like the tourism sector, hospitality sector, the arts sector, they are going to continue to need support. And that is why we've decided to continue with a particular income support program. Well, it isn't an income support program, it's a loan. It's a loan that you'll have to pay back. All the businesses just write it off. What do you think, guys? Would you take a loan now? You know, but then again, it's 50% guarantee. Well, you take the loan, you know, you lose it all, or you spend it on something, and then the government's stuck with the bill. Will the businesses borrow this? Will businesses take advantage of this, borrow it, go under, squirrel away the money? What do you think could happen? What do you think could happen? Do you think this will save jobs? Or do you think should it be the government's role to facilitate this? Should they be getting this involved in the market, picking winners and losers, supporting? You know, that means all of us, the citizens, the taxpayers, future generations, are backing, guaranteeing these loans when the government says they're going to guarantee it. It means our future tax earnings, and in that regards, our future work that we spend, when you work on a project, when you go do a job, when you build up a wall, when you go, scan at the checkouts, a portion of that work will be going to this. Will be going to support these businesses. How many businesses need it? Should the government even do it? Well, the government's responsible. Should the government pay just reparations to businesses for forcing them to shut down? So, that's the world we're in at the moment, guys. It's interesting. We'll see. We'll see how many people take it up. I myself, our business is running on the smell of an oily rag. I've just cut back to anything, even before any of this happened, just because it improves my quality of life. I get to spend more time with the family. Chasing one job after another just to keep a machine going, just so you can do bigger jobs, so you can take more stress, so you can hire more people and chase. It becomes an endless cycle. And after a while, it doesn't add up. It really doesn't. Maybe some people just need to learn that the hard way, guys. We'll have to see. Would you do it? Would you take a loan 50% guaranteed by the government? Repayment holidays already allowed? We're living in a clown world, everyone. As always, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Let us know if you know anyone who's taken advantage of these loans. What type of business? I guess if you have a pipeline of guaranteed work in the future, maybe, but I guess I'm just a little bit too skittish of taking on that debt. As always, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and want to support us, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Kucoin. You can buy a merch from HeiseSays. You can use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint or support us via PayPal. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next time.